Hello YouTube world, this is a short review of my opinion on Battlefield, mainly focusing on the single player campaign. I've watched a fair few reviews but think some aspects of the game aren't really mentioned. Let's start with the stupid AI. I have a clip in this video where I take out 5 or 6 people. Before this they were holding me down on a tower that I'm on. I took out a guy on a stationary minigun, then the rest of them just said, "Don't know where he is anymore," turned round and fucked off. It has to be mentioned that I've done this on hard and found the game in general a cakewalk, with a few exceptions on a couple of missions. This brings me to my next point, the mission themselves. Sadly I was forced into getting this game as it come with the best bundle for the Xbox One S, but that's a different moan. I wanted this to be a throwback to the old style single player games, sort of like Medal of Honor Frontline, which would be in big battles with an objective to complete. Instead, I got boring stealth missions for the majority of the game. I forced myself through the first few, then realised that I had done most of the game, so I went gun-ho to bleed some fucking fun out of it. As well as the AI being a joke, the missions being boring, I encountered my fair few bugs. Only got a few on the recording here, but still there was a lot more in the game that I encountered. I had fun with the opening tank mission until we lost the whole British Army. I was told to scout out ahead. I knew that I was going to have to stealth my way through enemies. I was not disappointed. I don't understand why I had to cover a tank in low visibility. The logic of this game is man before tank. They even say at one point, "Let the men go first." Fuck that logic. Anyway, when the tank could be bothered to help out, it got destroyed every bloody time. I'm on foot and I'm doing a better job than a tank somehow. So I found that in the mission, I had to keep the tank alive, throwing self-preservation to the wind. I found the best way to do this was to jump on the back of the tank and keep repairing it, rather than actually killing anyone. Classic stealth escort mission that everybody bloody loved. The flying missions were quite good, until I realised most of the missions you just had to go apeshit towards the objective and pretty much hope for the best. The last flying mission was pretty anticlimactic, as the AI was too stupid to get me between the two blimps. The control options had me at a bit of a loss, because the plane controls started inverted, but in the options it said that it wasn't. So I changed it to inverted, that was actually normal, to find that when I got back to the first person it was inverted. I had no idea what this was about, but hey ho. Overall I think the best missions are the opening missions, surprisingly Italy. Some of the Aussies mission was quite good, and parts of the tank and plane mission. I think what I'm trying to say here is that each storyline has a limited amount of enjoyment in them. Has to be said that EA went with the generic thing that all first-person shooters do when you put it on hard, lowering your health to die quicker than a cake being eaten by a diabetic on a low sugar level. The AI seem to casually exchange with your NPCs until you turn up, and then all of a sudden they all fixate on you, like when you get too drunk and play a bit of cross-dressing with the Christmas tree. This makes me feel that the design of the game, sort of like most modern first-person shooters, is meant to be played on the lower difficulty. Having said that, they have made the AI good enough to sort of kill, but they haven't upped the health of them. For some reason they can take headshots, so you've got to shoot them in the face to kill them. You shoot them in the helmet and they just won't die, they just sort of know instantly where you are. But this is sort of counteracted and gone full circle because they've added in the heavily armoured enemies. That's just a bunch of shit, because they just take they're just bullet sponges. They chucked them in the multiplayer as well online, and again they can just walk through and just plough through everyone. You just have to sort of shoot them in the back and just hide all the bloody time. It's a bunch of wank. It ruins the game, takes a lot out from it really. moving on to the characters in the game, I found that it wanted you to invest in them, but only through cutscenes rather than you growing to actually like them through the progress of the game. Well, there's fuck all chance of that because the campaign's so short that you don't even have time to really care about them. I mean, yeah, again, it's just through the cutscenes. Going back to my previous expectations, wanting it to be a bit more of the old sort of style where there'd be massive battles going on. This is a bit more like it's a one-man sort of army. You know, you smash in, you get the job done. And then it just makes you sort of only get invested with the characters through just the cutscenes. I mean, the last mission, it's a pain in the arse. It's stationary gunning, but at multiple points. I found, of course, I had it on hard. If I got anywhere near the train, I'd just be killed relentlessly. So I found that I had to run right at the back of the map, and it just seemed like nothing was going on there. You know, you could hear the gunfights, but it was like you were in a completely different sort of peaceful game, really. Yeah, so you just had to run back and forth. But then, for some reason, I was instantly killed on my first playthrough, and I couldn't figure out why, because when I reloaded the game, it didn't do it, and everything had miniguns. The train had miniguns, the planes had miniguns. They weren't throwing grenades, so I couldn't understand what was instantly killing me. It's a shame that this game couldn't capture what made Battlefield Bad Company so good. I mean, the storyline, I quite liked, you know, going to steal gold off mercenaries. I thought that was quite cool, but hey-ho, it's a completely different time period. Mainly the online was good on that, and it was because it was balanced. You had tactics as well. I mean, everyone was even. I think I'm ranked 44 on it, but still I can get killed by someone who's lower rank because I haven't got overpowered weapons, and I found that's a problem with the online on this. I know if you rank up very highly you can get overpowered guns, but overall this has been a letdown with the linear missions, the stupid AI, bugs, short single player campaign, the imbalance again. I've been spawn killed a fair few times where I don't even get a chance to understand what's going on. The stupid armoured enemies, both on and offline. You still got the microtransactions. I mean, to be fair, I'd say if you're into all of that, 20 quid, I'd say this game's worth. If you don't really want it for the online, it's 15 quid at best new.